So today we'll be covering the Swiss author by name Pascal Mercier. Pascal Mercier was born in Bern in 1944, and he used Pascal Mercier as a pseudonym. His name was actually Peter Berry, and Berry pursued like an academic career that ventured into the world. Before he ventured into the world of fiction writing, all his first, even before his first novel, he he had studied in UK, Switzerland, and earned a doctorate with thesis on philosophy of time. So his main focus was philosophy as well as philology. So you'll see a lot of philology elements within his writing. So it's wonderful read for any of his novels. So Berry specialized in philosophy, so that's an area where he put a lot of focus even within his novels. So it's an exploration, a self-exploration of the journey that we all have, and it's really it resonates a lot within a lot of his novels, and really this philosophical writing combined with some fiction, it kind of pulled me into reading a lot of his novels. So the first novel that I read was The Night Train to Lisbon, and it is starring Jeremey Irons. So I read the novel, and then in the evening I told my wife, I read a beautiful novel, we should really watch if there is a film. So after reading the novel all through the day, in the evening I got to spend time with my wife to watch this movie, Night Train to Lisbon. And it's a beautiful novel and a beautiful movie as well with Jeremey Irons. So do read as well as watch the movie if you get a chance. So the story actually centers around Raymond Gregorius, or he's referred to as Mundus as well. He's rather a very unassuming and a reserved character. He teaches Latin at a Swiss secondary school. So on one morning, on his way to the office or to the school, he's disrupted when he notices a woman on the bridge in Bern. And the woman is perched on the railings of the bridge, almost tilting towards, like as if she's going to fall. So Gregorius suspects that she's going to commit suicide and pulls her to safety. He drops all his all the things that he's carrying and goes in and saves this woman. So the woman walks with him to the school, and as soon as Gregorius starts the class, she walks out and disappears, leaving her coat behind. And this sort of encounter intrigues Raymond or Gregorius to. It leads him to a book on Amadeo di Prado. So what he finds in the coat pocket, and ultimately he goes and finds this book by Amadeo di Prado, and he was a Portuguese doctor and an essayist. So an amazing literal prose that is brought together in this particular novel. And even the movie, it's amazing when you see the quotes coming through. I could immediately, because I watched it the same day, the movie as well as reading the novel, it has stayed with me for a long time. And it's something like Gregorius also reads in Amadeo di Prado, and it sort of stirs something deep within him, and he's captivated by the philosophical depth and insight of Amadeo, who's a character in this novel, and Gregorius impulsively he decides to take the train, abandon his life in Switzerland and take the train. So that's the title, The Night Train to Lisbon. So he goes on a journey to Lisbon to learn more about this enigmatic author, Amadeo di Prado. And upon his arrival, basically Gregorius, or Mundus as his students call him, he begins to piece together the life of Amadeo Prado, and through the conversations with various people around him, and a lot of the people that he talks around, it brings in more of Prado's character, his struggles, his moral dilemmas, and Prado was also involved in the resistance against the Salazar dictatorship, and this novel is set around that timeline, and his deep friendships and contemplations, and how his interactions work with his friends, and how he yearns for freedom from the dictatorship. All of these are brought together in this novel and makes it beautiful. So the night train to Lisbon is not just a journey in a timeline through Europe, but it's also a journey into the soul. So it beautifully interviews these themes of language that is used in this particular novel, and invites the reader to ponder on the weight of history and the nature of human relationships, or the quest for meaning, and all this in each one of our lives that we lead. So it's a very transformative journey that Mercier takes you along, and he's very eloquent, and a wonderful piece of literature, I would say. And this is one of the novels where he's a Swiss author, but he's writing about the history of Portugal during Salazar's dictatorship. And there is a connection between the woman that he saves on the bridge, and how the connection goes back into connecting it with Salazar himself. So, and also Gregorius gets to meet the lover of Amadeo Prado, which is a very interesting line of story within the novel. So it invites the reader to discover their own selves, and through a process of inquiry, essentially. So there are other couple of Pascal Mercier novels that I read after I got done with The Night Train to Lisbon. I was intrigued to find out what other novels has Pascal Mercier written. Perlman's Silence and Leah were the other two novels that I have read, and I will make a separate video on these two novels. Perlman's Silence centers around a conference, and silence during a conference for a keynote speaker is interesting, right? So that's the theme of that story. And Leah is a wonderful story of a father and daughter's love and affection. So I'll bring these two novels in a separate video.